Good evening. You're watching Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, the news you can trust, events that recognize our culture and celebrate our South Asian community. I'm Nidhi Kathuria coming to you from Rai TV Gold Studio in New Jersey. In the news this evening, India calls out George Soros' Democratic rival rant. Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley meet Desi faces for US presidential elections. Taco Bell's metaverse ceremony makes wedding dreams come true for the Indian-American couple. Ajay Bhutoria hosts a roundtable discussion on US-India relations with Deputy Secretary of State Nancy Jackson. Two prominent Indian-American corporate leaders are appointed to Export Council. Master Blaster Sachin Tendulkar talks about his life-size statue at Wankhede Stadium. Disney-branded television reveals trailer and key art for new series Saturdays. Kapil Sharma's latest film Zwigato, a social satire, is all set to hit the theaters this month. Stay with us on Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community for news in detail right after this short break. While many are calling this India's decade, Hungarian-American billionaire investor George Soros and his entire network have begun an attack on brand India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India, in its unequivocal and prompt response, conveyed to the world that it would not so easily cave to foreign pressures. As India continues to garner praise for its recent achievements, critics will continue to discount them by any means necessary.
92-year-old George Soros is not simply an old, opinionated billionaire. For decades, he has spent billions attempting to control the global political landscape. In his recent comments at the Munich Security Conference, Soros said that India is a democracy, but its leader, Narendra Modi, is no Democrat. The contradiction and hypocrisy wasn't lost on anyone. Alert open source intelligence gathering organization, DisinfoLab, recently presented a graphic showing Soros' alleged links to organizations and nation-states that have been working against brand India's rise. In this thread, we see links between Pakistan and disgraced ISI operative Ghulam Nabi Fai, who has been charged in the United States in the past with conspiracy and tax evasion. This isn't the first time George Soros and his Open Society platform are in the news. Recently, a United States-based group named MRC Business, short for Media Research Center, released a shocking study that alleged links between George Soros and his affiliate organizations with 253 media organizations. A report in Fox News quoted MRC business analysts Joseph Vasquez and Daniel Schneider. The journalism groups Soros supports have the ability to mold public opinion on practically every continent and in many languages.
I could take a view that the individual in question, Mr. Soros, is a old, rich, opinionated person sitting in New York who still thinks that his views should determine how the entire world works. Now, if I could only stop at old, rich and opinionated, I would put it away. But he is old, rich, opinionated and dangerous.
The billionaire investor had pledged $1 billion USD to fund a new international university network to counter nationalist leaders in 2020. Through his extremely vast network, Soros is trying to ensure that his views dictate how the world should function. With his latest anti-India statement, Soros appeared to be pandering to talking points parroted by Pakistan's military and civilian leadership. The Indian Prime Minister has topped approval ratings year on year and has followed an independent foreign policy divorced from any external pressures. This has rattled the old guard globalists that previously influenced Indian foreign policy. In an effort to advance the anti-Modi narrative, the BBC, or British Broadcasting Corporation, recently aired an anti-Modi documentary. Both the timing and the content of the documentary were questioned. The BBC, however, suffered a blow in its own backyard when Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, flatly rejected the documentary's contention.
Mr. Speaker, the UK government's position on this has been clear and long-standing and hasn't changed. Of course, we don't tolerate persecution where it appears anywhere, but I'm not sure I agree at all with the characterisation that the honourable gentleman has put forward.
Repeated questions in the U.S. State Department and White House briefings by so-called reporters to corner India's foreign policy were met with swift deflections, a nod to the West's acceptance of India's stance on its strategic decisions. An example was seen recently when a Pakistani reporter who tried to corner India's decision to survey the BBC for its alleged tax issues was shut down by the U.S. State Department.
The Indian government is now raiding the offices of BBC in New Delhi and Mumbai. Your thoughts, any concern?
We're aware of the search of the BBC offices in Delhi by Indian tax authorities. I'm going to have to refer you to the government of India for any further information about this.
Indian origin contenders are expected to dominate the upcoming presidential elections in the United States. After Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy announced his run for the White House. With Ramaswamy's entry into the presidential run, US will see two Indian faces in the 2024 polls. Vivek Ramaswamy, an Indian-American tech entrepreneur, announced his run for presidential bid on February 23rd. His announcement came on the heels of Indian-American Republican leader Nikki Haley announcing her 2024 presidential bid. Take a look.
I am announcing my run for President of the United States. I am announcing my run for President of the United States. This isn't just a political campaign. This is a cultural movement to create a new American dream for the next generation. Declaring economic independence from China. I think we have an opportunity to defeat China economically now so that we do not have to defeat them militarily later.
I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm running for president. Joe Biden's record is abysmal, but that shouldn't come as a surprise. The Washington establishment has failed us over and over and over again.
Taco Bell fans have always gotten married at Taco Bell. There's even a wedding chapel in the Vegas Cantina. But wait, this news is the next level. Winning out over 300 couples who applied to win the Taco Bell Metaverse wedding of their dreams, Sheil, co-founder of Better Tomorrow Ventures, a venture capital firm, and Amrita, a lawyer at Instagram, became the first couple to get married in the Taco Bell Metaverse wedding. Master of ceremonies who facilitated the wedding was none other than Carl Penn, an Indian-American actor who shares the couple's Indian heritage and was thrilled to play a vital role in Sheil and Amrita's matrimonial journey. Watch their winning video and the wedding invitation video.
We're here at our favorite restaurant, Taco Bell, to tell you why we should be picked for the Taco Bell Metaverse wedding.
A metaverse wedding would be perfect for us because we started virtually. A friend set us up during the pandemic, and because we couldn't go on a real date, our first date was a phone call that lasted over 6 hours.
It was great, but soon after we hit a snag when I was on a virtual dating show called The Zoom Bachelor.
Well, you were the Zoom Bachelor.
True.
You're probably asking yourself, why a wedding in the metaverse?
What do you say, Taco Bell? Will you marry us?
I will cherish and adore you for all eternity, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my days with you in this Taco Bell metaverse and beyond.
I promise that our life will be fun and romantic and more than a little weird, just like today. I love you. In this world and in any other metaphysical realm that may come.
Sheil, do you take Amruta to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Amruta, take Sheil to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
By the authority vested in me, in accordance with the laws of this jurisdiction, I now pronounce you husband and wife. I now kiss the bride.
A lot of what's happening here today are first evers for the metaverse.
But what's cool about it is we're able to make it our own. So we're bringing a lot of Indian traditions into it. So there's a Baraat, where virtual me is going to ride a virtual elephant into the wedding.
This is one of the many customizable moments that make this wedding totally unique to Sheil and Amruta. The lovely bride has arrived. Taco Bell fans were already doing it. We just took it to the next level.
During her trip to Silicon Valley this week, Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for South and Central Asia, Nancy Izzo Jackson, had the opportunity to converse with community leaders and local Indian media reporters. She shared that the relationship between India and the US is one of the great importance and has the potential to intensify India's growth in all aspects. She remarked on how India's presidency of the G20 is indicative of its growing influence on the global stage and the steps being taken by the State Department in reducing the visa wait time in India. The interaction was hosted by Ajay Jain Bhutoria, a member of the President's Advisory Commission on Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. Responding to questions, the State Department officials explained the steps being taken by the U.S. government on various aspects of visas, including reducing the wait time and launching a pilot project in the next few months for stamping certain categories of H-1B visas inside the country. President Joe Biden has declared his intentions to bring two esteemed Indian-American corporate leaders, Puneet Ranjan and Rajesh Subramaniam, into his influential Export Council, the primary national advisory organization for international businesses. Mr. Ranjan, the former CEO of Deloitte Consulting, and Mr. Subramaniam, CEO and President-elect of FedEx, have their names on the list of members the President intends to appoint as members of the influential President's Export Council. The Council advises the President on government policies and programs that affect U.S. trade performance, promotes export expansion, and provides a forum for discussing and resolving trade-related problems among the business, industrial, agricultural, labor, and government sectors, the White House said. Over the years, both gentlemen have been recognized by numerous organizations for their leadership, business acumen, and commitment to societal impact. In 2022, Mr. Ranjan was recognized by the Economic Times as Global Indian of the and the Carnegie Corporation of America as one of the 34 great immigrants. great Americans. Mr. Subramaniam is a proud 2023 recipient of the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award, the highest civilian award presented by the President of India to the Indian diaspora in recognition of outstanding achievements in India and abroad. Mumbai Cricket Association announced that the life-size statue of Sachin Tendulkar will be installed inside the Wankhede Stadium, where his incredible career began. Sachin himself said it was a pleasant surprise for him, as it was a journey with such unbelievable memories. The best moment of his career was here too, when India won the 2011 World Cup. Enjoy the video.
It's a pleasant surprise, and of course, the president is here, Mr. Kale, and other committee members are joining us for a while. We've come here to identify a spot, and when the idea was shared with me, it was a pleasant surprise, as I say. My career has actually started here, and then it's done a big circle, I would say. I've completed that, and it was a journey with unbelievable memories, and the best moment of my cricketing career came here when we won the World Cup in 2011. But the reason all that happened was a long time ago, when Achrekar sir kind of reprimanded me here, and from there on I became a serious cricketer, and the last game also, international match that I played, was on the same very ground, so I feel it's a big moment for me.
Sir, Master turning 50 is the basic theme of the MCA, that they are dedicating it to the golden jubilee year of the Master, Sachin Tendulkar, because it's your 50th year, which will start on your next birthday, so they are dedicating. So how is that feeling with that coincidence of 50 years of your life, a journey which is admired world over?
I think I'm still a 25-year-old with 25 years of experience, is how I would say it. so it's good. I'd just like to thank MCA for this very, very kind gesture.
What does it mean, as a cricketer, what does it mean to have a statue in your home stadium? Everything, I mean, you know better than nobody else.
See, this is where it all started. My first class debut for Mumbai was also on the very ground, and the last international match that I played here. So whatever number of cricket that I've played, the journey started here. First class cricket started in 1988 and went on till 2013. So an incredible experience and a journey full of wonderful memories.
Disney-branded television revealed today the trailer and key art for the new Disney Channel series Saturdays, set to premiere on Friday, March 24th. The series, executive produced by Marsai Martin and created and executive produced by Norman Vance Jr., follows teen Paris Johnson and her roller skate crew. Episodes 1 through 6 will be available the next day on Disney+. Enjoy the trailer.
This is Chicago, home to my girls Ari.
Yes, I'm in.
And Simone.
Right!
It's also where you find my brother London and his ride or die Derek.
We're gonna slide box Easy one of our mixtapes so we can blow up!
Mom and Dad run a bakery together.
All right.
And this is Paris. That's me.
We'll be famous!
And around here, the whole idea is to get through your week, to get to Saturdays.
Everybody underway, it's Saturday.
Not just a day.
Would make a very good theme.
Not just a vibe.
Yes, I'm sold.
But the place where everyone brings it together.
Cool! It's Saturday. We ain't got no time to waste.
I live for Saturdays at Saturdays.
And me and my crew stay ready.
Saturdays premieres Friday, March 24th at 9 on Disney Channel and next day on Disney+.
This is Chicago, home to my girls Ari.
Yes, I'm in.
And Simone.
Right!
It's also where you find my brother London and his ride.
After losing his job as a factory floor manager during the pandemic, Manas becomes a driver for a food delivery app called Zwigato. With a familiar rectangular backpack, he zips around Bhubaneswar on his motorcycle, steering through another day of inconvenient obstacles and impatient customers. The film had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival, had its Asian premiere at Busan International Film Festival, and was also the opening film at the International Film Festival of Kerala. It stars Kapil Sharma, Shahana Goswami, Gulpanag, Sayani Gupta, and Swanand Kirkire. Zwigato is directed by Nandita Das and is all set to release in theaters worldwide on March 17.
अरे पापा, अगर कस्टमर के साथ आप सेल्फी लेंगे ना तो आपको 10 रुपए एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा।
जानना पहचान, हम काहे लेंगे सेल्फी? आज हम 10 डिलीवरी करेंगे।
रोज आप यही कहते हैं।
हाँ, जैसे रोज आप अपना जूता पॉलिश करते हैं। आज बहुत जल्दी आ गया। लगता है आज हमारा लकी डे है। सर, आपके साथ एक सेल्फी ले सकते हैं? हमको थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा मिल जाता है सर। आज 8 डिलीवरी करें हम, हमारा हाईएस्ट।
आप तो कितने दिन से हमारे साथ सीरियल भी नहीं देख रहे हो।
हमारे बदले का तुम जो देख रही हो।
पापा, ये सब्जी है कि फल?
क्या मालूम, हम कभी खाए हैं क्या? फैक्ट्री में 200 लोगों को संभाल ले, लेकिन ये ऐप हमारी जान लेगा।
और हम आपकी लेंगे।
अच्छा, 20 डब्बा का ऑर्डर है, एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा?
अरे बिल्कुल नहीं, एक का जितना 100 का उतना।
आप और कुछ काम क्यों नहीं कर लेते?
अब खाना खिलाना तो पुण्य का काम होता है। अच्छा नहीं लगता है तुमसे काम करवाना।
आप थोड़ी ना करा रहे हैं, हम कर रहे हैं अपना मर्जी से। 100 रुपए का कप बस 30 पे ही आ रहा है।
तुम ऑर्डर किए?
अरे किसी और को दे दिया।
5 स्टार जरूर दे देना, ठीक है?
अब 2 5 स्टार, हमारा तो गया ना 2 डिलीवरी का पैसा। वो मजदूर है इसीलिए मजबूर है, या फिर वो मजबूर है इसीलिए मजदूर है।
आपकी रेटिंग न्यूनतम स्तर से नीचे गिर गई है।
आप समझ नहीं रहे हैं, हमारा रेटिंग एकदम से डाउन हो गया है।
आपको पता है आप कितने लकी हो? टाइम पे पैसा, आपकी मर्जी की शिफ्ट, पर आप लोगों की तो आदत ही बस कंप्लेन करनी की।
आदत तो बस चुप रहने का है मैडम।
Continuing with the news and entertainment on ITV Gold, enjoy Dil Jungli, a romantic comedy film written and directed by Alaya Sain, starring Taapsee Pannu, Saqib Salim and Nidhi Singh this Friday at 8:30 p.m. EST. Watch Shreyas Talpare, Nasiruddin Shah and Shweta Basu Prasad and Nagesh Kuknoor's Iqbal this Saturday at 1 p.m. EST. Reserve your Sunday for Subhash Ghaya's blockbuster Khalnayak, starring Anil Kapoor, Madhuri Dixit and Jackie Shroff at 3 p.m. EST. That's all for Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community tonight. If you have any feedback, suggestions or community news you'd like for our television and print coverage, we'd love to hear. Email us at events@itvgold.com. Give us a follow on our Facebook handle at ITVGold, subscribe to our YouTube channel and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk or the Tri-State or Chicago region for news, entertainment and events. Alternatively, you can also read the News India Times newspaper either online or www.newsindiatimes.com, or you can get a hard copy of the same by calling 212-675-7515. Thanks for tuning in. This is Nidhi Kathuria signing off.